All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin. There's some banging news popping off left, right, and center. There's lots to talk about in regards to Chelsea transfer news. There's another personnel that Chelsea is possibly acquiring. This time it's in the media side of things, so we'll talk about that. And of course, we're going to touch base in regards to some of the managerial rumors that's been floating around. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get cracking on. I know the big breaking news is in regards to Nico Williams, but we're going to just hold that thought for a little bit. We're going to start things off with Ruben Amorim, Sporting versus Atalanta in Europa League's round of 16, I believe, home ground of Sporting. And the score was 1-1. That's how the match finished. Atalanta are still undefeated in this season's Europa League, as you can see. Scamacca. Look, all I'm going to say, I'm not going to judge Amorim based on this game. I had the liberty to watch the entire game, and I've been watching Sporting in the last few weeks quite regularly. I like Amorim. I think Ruben Amorim is a very, very good manager. He's one of those modern-day managers, up-and-coming managers. He's done very well at Sporting. This particular game, though, however, Gasperini of Atalanta absolutely dominated him. Atalanta, I don't know how they didn't get away with that match being at least 4-1 up just at halftime itself. And then in the full time, honestly, I felt like Atalanta deserved a victory away from home. I'm fully convinced Atalanta at their home ground will probably do the trick. Look, the bottom line in this match, Gasperini absolutely dominated Amorim's side. They pressed them high up the pitch. They absolutely stifled Sporting's build-up. Sporting had no idea how to build up, and they continuously were forced to go long. And when they went long, Atalanta, they defended those long balls very easily, ended up winning the second balls, and then basically started the attack on their half. They boxed Sporting predominantly for that entire match. And as I said, they probably should have got a victory. They did get a goal, Sporting, from a counter-attack initially. But honestly, besides that, there wasn't much that I saw from Ruben Amorim's Sporting in this particular match. Let me know your thoughts in regards to this. Look, there's always going to be that discussion about who's going to be the next manager. People are talking about Ruben Amorim. A lot of people want Ruben Amorim. There's conversations in regards to Roberto De Zerbi. We're going to touch base on Thomas Tuchel as well. My strong belief still, I think, don't disregard Pochettino staying next season. But in regards to who is possibly right for the squad, I think that's how we need to look at it. It's not about the CV. It's not about what you've done previously. It really comes down to which manager suits the best for the squad, and on top of that, which manager suits our structure. And all signs point towards Roberto De Zerbi at the moment. Everything that Chelsea, the way they've set up, look at all the different Brighton personnel that we already have in the backroom staff, and it kind of says that they're setting up for Roberto De Zerbi. Do I like it? Is this the way I want it to go forward? No, I've already said my first issues at the moment right now is the owners and the sporting directors. I'm not even thinking about the manager, because if the vision of the owners and the sporting directors don't change, it don't matter which manager you bring in. I still rate Roberto De Zerbi quite highly, and I'm going to be watching Brighton very, very closely over the next few weeks. I already do watch Brighton a lot, but that's just my 2 cents. Let me know your thoughts in regards to this particular match, in regards to Ruben Amorim and Roberto De Zerbi as well. Now, next up, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. As I said, Chelsea lineup move for Nico Williams coming from Matthew Law. Fabrizio Romano ended up retweeting one of PYS's tweets back in 2023, almost to suggest Fabrizio's probably saying to Matthew Law that, mate, I was there first. Don't try to steal my thunder. Look, Nico Williams, ladies and gentlemen, I don't watch Atletico Bilbao religiously. Probably need to watch them now. He, off the face value, he looks like a very talented youngster. This season he's been doing well. I've not gone through the stats. I don't want to go through the stats. The one thing that I want to point out to you guys because I'm pretty sure most of you guys that watch my channel are quite knowledgeable when it comes to talents out there. You know exactly what Nico Williams brings to the plate. Very exciting winger. Potentially can play either side of the wings, to be honest. I think he's a left-footed player. So you know his skill set. What I want to bring to the table is, I believe he's 21. We're screaming out for some level of experience, and we are potentially looking to get another young player. I know his release clause is £43 million or something like that. So it's tasty from that perspective. You're probably not going to have to pay him huge amount of wages either. So it all fits in Chelsea's model: young player, low wages, low transfer fee. So it all fits. It all, points are directing towards that Nico Williams is most likely a very solid target for Chelsea. But the thing that I want to say is 21 years old, predominantly has spent all his time in Spain and in the youth setup over there, I believe with Athletic Bilbao and a few other clubs as well. Obviously, he's got all his family and friends over there. Don't just expect this player, if he does become a Chelsea player, and this is a shout out to Valan as well, who sent me a message via Instagram saying that there will be a time of adaptation that's needed for this kid. He is a kid, 21. And if he comes to Chelsea Football Club and he doesn't bang from the get-go, we know how our fan base reacts. We will expect the world from this kid, but we will forget the human element that is associated with young players, with any players, but most specifically young players. Older players, they have the ability to adapt a little bit quicker. They're a little bit more mature. They're a little bit more wiser. But young players, they can be emotional, and it's understandable. Leaving everything behind in Spain and coming to a new, location, new environment for a young player. Who's going to help him settle down? And who's going to be the manager? Is he going to be able to integrate straight away? So all of these stuff for a young player is very, very important to realize, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Obviously, you'll comment in regards to his talent, and we all know he's talented, but let me know your thoughts in regards to, is he going to find it seamless to just, adapt to the Premier League, to Chelsea Football Club, and understand what it means to play for this club? Let me know your thoughts. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea have started to plan targets with Osimhen and Benjamin Sesko among the leading candidates for striker. Once again, Matt Law talking about this. Look, I've recently said Osimhen, for me, is a striker that I would love. 100% is a striker that I would love. But when you assess the entire situation, age, okay, he might just make the age factor. I think he's just going to be turning 25, so that's fine. Transfer, I think his release clause is somewhere going to be in excess of £100 million. And wages, you're not going to be able to cap him at 150k. He'll want in excess of 200,000. Chelsea don't want to operate in that manner anymore, unless we see a change of direction in the upcoming summer. So for me, Osimhen, I don't know whether this is an actual realistic target for Chelsea with the model that we have. Sesko on the other side, perfect Chelsea project target. Not a striker that I'm keen. I think he's a talented young striker again. But there's a lot of work that Sesko still needs to do to become a top-level striker. It's not any different to what you would say about Armando Broja, for instance. Many would say Sesko is a lot better than Broja. No problems. But that doesn't make Sesko a Drogba-esque type of a striker or Harry Kane type of a striker. It's another one of those strikers that we have to be patient, because he will miss opportunities. He will have to develop. He's young as well. But the thing why I said he fits the project is he's another one of those players where release clause is low, wages are probably going to be low, and he's a young prospect. So this is one that I wouldn't put it past Chelsea to potentially buy Sesko, because it fits the project's parameters. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know once again your thoughts in regards to Osimhen and Benjamin Sesko. Next up, there is no suggestion Chelsea are going to offload Sterling or Mudryk this summer with both players committed to Chelsea. So we talked about Nico Williams, a particular winger. You'd think bringing someone like Nico Williams in, essentially you'll have to let go of a particular winger. Right now, honestly, no wingers are giving me any level of hope that they need to stick around. Besides, if you want to count Cole Palmer as a winger, so I count Cole Palmer more as a inside forward playmaker type of a player, not an out and out winger. But if you look at all our wing options, Sterling, even though this is saying that Sterling is going to stay, our football club, our owners, our board will try their level best to offload Sterling because he's too costly at the moment. The wages are way beyond our threshold of 150k. Sterling's inconsistent as well. As much as I love Sterling, you know how much I love Sterling, right? But I think they'll look at every opportunity to let go of Sterling. Mudryk, I'm not convinced with. Madueke, I'm not convinced with. You can potentially play Nkunku in the wings, but he's barely fit. Who else do we have in the wings? I don't even remember. I think these are the ones that we've got. If you look at some of the players from the loans, Angela Gabriel, who I was very, very excited about in the preseason, but he's had an up and down season with Strasbourg. So still a question mark remains. He's a young player. So look, someone like Nico Williams is probably needed at Chelsea Football Club, but at the same time, he's another young player. And potentially someone's going to have to get sacrificed, 100%. And no one is safe. No one is safe. If it was up to me, I'd probably look, I don't know what the future of Mudryk is going to be. I'd probably keep someone like Sterling, but I know it's going to be impossible to keep him because of his wages. But actually keep him for the fact of experience. Mudryk, I feel like it seems odd to send him out on a loan. We've spent so much money, but he needs minutes. He needs minutes to develop. But at the same time, Mudryk in recent times playing it as a number 10 looked all right. So look, it's a conundrum. It's an absolute conundrum. You let me know in the comment section what you think. But I feel someone will have to make way if Nico Williams comes in. I don't know whether you'll be able to keep everyone if Nico Williams comes into Chelsea Football Club. Next up, if the Chelsea owners were willing to swallow their pride, Thomas Tuchel would consider a return to Chelsea. Todd Bowley believes that the club were significantly better positioned with Tuchel in charge. Sports Build. I don't know where this is coming from. Todd Bowley believes. Todd Bowley believes that the club were significantly better. I mean, did he say this? Was there an interview with Todd Bowley in recent times that we haven't seen? Look, I don't know. These are all conversations. I feel like they're getting made up. They're just trying to put the two together. Thomas Tuchel obviously going to be leaving at the end of the season from Bayern Munich. And, this is another nice piece of article that people can create. Look, would I want Thomas Tuchel back? 100% I would take him back. Those times, what he created with us were fantastic moments. And he's a particular manager that is able to connect with Chelsea fans, with the club. He understands what Chelsea's all about. So I wouldn't mind taking him back one bit, but it's not going to happen. Baghdad Iqbali is the one that controls the football club at Chelsea. He's had a massive fallout with Thomas Tuchel. It's just not going to happen. Todd Bowley was the one that was trying to smooth things over between Thomas Tuchel and Baghdad Iqbali back when Tuchel was still around. It's very easy to sit down and say, can they just, forget and forgive each other's differences and just come together again? I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't think it's going to happen. Thomas Tuchel, if he was given the opportunity, probably take it up 100%. He would love to become Chelsea manager again, but I don't think it's going to happen. So we can sit here and talk about whether we want him or not. As I said, I wouldn't mind him one bit, but it's just not realistic. It ain't going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, let me know your thoughts in regards to Thomas Tuchel. Last but not least, check this out. Peter Lynch, former Manchester United media chief, is set to join Chelsea after handing his notice. Lynch, on his role at United, said, "We pull twice a day fan sentiment graphs for every one of our players." He explained, we have certain thresholds that alert us when we see fan sentiment going one way, be that a personal issue and on-pitch performance issue. And when that happens, we then start to work with the players and his team individually to try and counter that narrative a little bit. What did I say in recent times? Our football club under this new ownership will do their level best to make the fan base believe everything is fine. This is what it comes down to. If they notice, they're looking to hire this guy, media guy, who's going to be looking through every one of our tweets, our videos on YouTube. What are we talking about? Who's creating a lot of noise on which player? And they're going to go and work on that player in order for them to change the narrative on that player. Basically trying to eliminate any level of constructive criticism, this, that, the other. They want to basically brainwash us to believe everything is fine. And this is what Gary Neville had to say when this guy was at Man United, still had Man United, this particular individual, Lynch, Phil Lynch. And this is what Gary Neville had to say. That prompted former captain Neville to observe, creating robots on and off the pitch. Get the F away from them. It's a football club. He makes controlling fans sound like he's trying to win general election. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, another particular personnel that's going to come to Chelsea Football Club who's going to do their level best to brainwash us and change the narrative, as they say. So, this is where our football club's at. Let me know, once again, your thoughts in regards to that appointment, possible appointment down the track, some media specialist guy, Phil Lynch, who's going to try and work with the players to help build their image in the Chelsea community. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today in regards to the latest Chelsea news. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, everyone, take care and see ya.